It is yet another day that we have met on the next. We welcome you all. We are so excited to have you get interested to listen to what we have lined up for you today. We have a very insightful and impactful conversation. I want to give this opportunity to our guest to get to introduce himself, at least to get to know him, who he is, what he does, and we can get into his journey. Hi Andrew, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
Thank you for having me.
Karibu sana.
Asante.
Maybe start by introducing yourself. Who are you and what do you do?
My name is Andrew Owili. I do a lot of things, but specifically today I'll talk about chess. I'm the vice president of the National Chess Federation called Chess Kenya. I'm also the founder and also the chairperson of Victoria Chess Club in Kisumu. Thank you.
So maybe take us a little bit. Where did your love for chess start from, and why chess?
Chess is a very big part of what I do every single day. I began chess in 2005 at Kisumu Boys. I remember at that time it was introduced by a gentleman called Isaac Babu from KCB. They had a chess event, and one of our school was one of the schools. So from there, it was just interest where we would want to see. It was a new game totally in the region. So having participated in the first event, getting good results, ever since it's been love for chess. After high school, when I got to the university and having with a lot of love for chess, now that it was still new to us, I went to Kenyatta University, found so many people playing. I realized it was not as new as I thought. So with that, I kept playing chess at the university, and I would say it opened up for me. We will travel because of chess. We go to. I remember my first ever travel outside the country to Tanzania because of chess. So it was something very interesting. So from there, the interest grew. We wanted to spread the message of chess. And at that time, I was just getting into one of there was an election for chess in the country, and I was asked to be part of the team. So from after campus, it was more wanting to spread the game that I love. Now, then from there, it has been a journey. I would say uh, trying to promote it. I remember we were doing it, going to school for free without asking for any sort of payment, just to be able to encourage chess. Then it started picking up. Schools wanted us to train. In return, they would want us to give us a small token of appreciation.
And you also traveled because of chess.
Yes.
How did this make you feel, and how did that even, in terms of your mindset, how did that open you up to now partake it fully?
I think even before we get to there, initially when we started promoting chess in schools, there also the private schools. I was at the District of Academics in a particular college. Then I was in charge of exams. I would see how students would come. They were not able to pay their fee because of issues to do with money. So then there was a particular lady uh, who was really struggling with it, and she was really on my case. She wanted to do exam, and she could not because her balances were a bit high. Then she came back like three times. Then the idea at that time in one of the schools, we had gotten we had written to them a proposal if we could teach chess in landscape, like everyone to do chess. It was accepted. Then when the lady came, I to ask her, can you teach chess? She said, if it is going to pay for me my fee, why not? We will start training college students who are willing to learn chess. In return, as they train chess, they will train kids. In turn, we pay for their school fees. So from there, the kind of impact it created, I think from there there was no turning back. You will see the kind of impact the game will create on both on the students who you teach and both on the university students who are now using it as a way of paying their fee. So for me, just seeing the impact it has created is something that will not make me stop. In terms of the travel that you talk about, I think when you handle a group that does well in chess, when in a position like where I am, you get the privilege of being able to represent your country. And I must say, it's for me, it's not about what I really receive back, but when you see people being able to open up their minds in terms of seeing other cultures and being able to travel because of a game they love and knowing where we started from in December, it's really a good feeling.
I have attended the chess functions. Well, I'm proud to say that my son actually plays chess, and we are also part of Victoria Chess Club. I always see the emotions, not only on the students, the parents, and even the coaches who handle the students. It's a game, I would say it's a game of passion. I love the spirit the children have when they come out. It's not a loss, it's a lesson. What does it take for the team you work with to even, and even for yourself, to impact these children to this capacity?
I would want to say it's normal for every human being to want to win.
Yeah.
If you're in a competition, whether it's the player, whether it's the parent, whether it's the coach, you always want the person you're supporting to win. And in other cases, you find the parents are more anxious even than the students. They will be waiting for results, coaches will be waiting for the
We'll
results.
be peeping through all
Yes,
windows.
yes. So in this scenario, I think the chess is not just about competing and winning because it has more values, more than just winning a game. It has educational values. You will find kids who are not doing well in class because they are involved themselves in chess now start doing well in class. So we normally tell them in every game you play, you do your best. If you win better, try and win better next time. If you don't win, you learn from it. Because if you begin kids always write how they play, the reason why they write is they go back to their coaches, they go back to their fellow players, and they're able to go through the game and see what they could have done better. So for me, the emotion is because we really want to win, but we've come to teach our kids and tell them it's not just about winning. If you can't win, learn from it.
Learn from it. True. I mean, I must say, I see my son playing. Sometimes I'm the one who's more nervous than he is.
Yeah.
You see, sometimes you're told move away from the windows, but you want to watch the game, you want to
True.
see. But again, we have to give them that space and opportunity to learn and to know how to stand on their own through all times. I want to talk a bit about now the Victoria Chess Club. I mean, what is the secrets like? Victoria Chess Club takes most of these trophies, takes most of the wins. What are you guys doing that others are not doing? I mean, if sometimes you're not number one, your kids are top, the Victoria Chess Club kids always appear somewhere to them up. What do you do different?
I think it's been a long journey, just like every other thing in life. It's how prepared you are. And Victoria started about I think 2016 when we started chess in 2015, 2016 when we started chess in Kisumu. Later, Victoria started about in 2017, and the kids section we started about 2021. So the secret is how consistent you are, because chess, unlike other sports, there are so many hours put in. For people who become GMs in the world, some people do up to 6 7 hours a day, every single day. And we tell our kids since we have this busy schedule for school,
Yeah.
so you try as much as possible to be consistent. And I want to tell all the parents out there, there's no kid who does well in chess and does well in class. If a kid does well in chess, definitely he'll do well in class. So for us, why we do well, or for that matter, any child who does well in chess, there's consistency. It's not a training when, because in our club we don't choose when to come. If there's a schedule for it, you have to be trained. Otherwise, you will lag behind. So the secret is how consistent you are, and chess as a game will train kids to be more disciplined. So if a kid is there and is not disciplined, with the within a short period of time they'll be able to ship out because they cannot manage the pressure of wanting to perform and not being disciplined.
I want us to talk a bit of there's a quote you always say. I've talked to you severally, and even when you're addressing events, the closing ceremonies, you always say, "I want to push chess to the world." What does that mean to you? What are you looking at when you say you want to push chess to the world, to the children? What are you talking about?
Initially, when you put your kid to play in sport, probably you do it because it's a core curriculum that they're doing in school, and some of us maybe to pastime, but chess has impacted, especially in the lives of young people. The coaches who are university who train the kids, how they're able to sustain themselves. It's not something so big, but they're able to use it to as they wait to move to the next level. And we've seen the level of how kids who are exposed when they go back, they come from a different country. That exposure exposes them to the world, and they're able to use the benefit of being in chess to make their lives better. Even as an official of Chess Kenya, I'll tell you, when we came into office in 2016, 2018, there was a lot of chess was still a little bit behind. For now, in the country, uh, in the nationals that we have for the seniors, the best person wins a car. So you can see that kind of impact. That's why you've seen there will be a lot of interest on people wanting to improve the juniors, the tournaments. We keep having improved tournaments in terms of what the kids are able to get and the exposure the kids are able to get. So when we want to put it out to the world, we want the kids to be more exposed to, because life is not as it is now, even with CBC, life is not just about the books. We encourage the kids to do well in class. Also, we want them to be all round, and I can guarantee you, chess is one of the best places to put your kids. Whether they become national champions or not, it exposes them totally. So when they grow up, they know where they're supposed to be. So I think for me, and even for our vision as Chess Kenya, is to be able to make sure that chess is seen not just as a tool or as a game, but as something that can impact on people's lives positively.
I love your point on exposure. They always say exposure breeds informed decisions and informed choices, while familiarity, it makes you a bit lazy. Familiarity makes you feel a bit comfortable. That does not make you grow or venture into spaces. So exposure is also good. I want us to go and talk about the East Africa Open tournament that was just held in Kisumu County just a week ago. But before we get there, I would want to remind our viewers that we welcome you back to the next. We thank you for being with us until this point and listening to the conversation. We want to encourage you to equally subscribe to our channel and interact down in the comment section. If you have a question, you can equally send it down in the comment section. So kindly interact with us. Andrew, take us through the East African Open tournament that was just concluded. How was it? What were the highlights? How did it feel for you, for the kids? What was it all about?
When we began the idea of having this Victoria East African Under 21 Chess Tournament, the idea was to bring a world class event near home. Because with the parents we have parents traveling uh, to different countries, to different counties, just to get this kind of an experience. So the idea was, if we're able to bring world class players, or we're able to bring top players in East Africa and have our kids play with them, then one, we will reduce costs for our kids. We will be able to showcase Kisumu as a place where we are able to have world class events. And I can guarantee you this event attracted the top in Kenya and in East Africa.
Sure did. I was there and I saw players came from USA, players came from Uganda.
Yes.
I mean, it did attract a lot of people from various countries. And I could even tell from the children, they were excited to interact with other people. I mean, what does that hold for us, even as a country, even for Victoria Chess Club? Maybe in the future, what does that hold for you guys?
Uh, if you ask anyone who attended that event, they will tell you kind of event we had was probably, I dare say, one of the best in Africa in terms of the organization, in terms of the field of players who attended, the strength, because a chess tournament is determined by, if you want to determine how good a chess tournament is, number one is the kind of venue you use, the kind of players you attract, and the kind of prizes you get. So we ticked in all those boxes. We had the strongest in East Africa. We had best prizes you could get, where top player got a laptop with a return ticket within Kenya, and also we got one of the best venues we could ever have, which was Sarova Hotel. So that said, I think in this event, people who came through for us are the organizers, who are mostly our parents. They sacrificed their resources, they sacrificed their time, uh, and this being the first time we are having this kind of an event, people are already excited about the second one. And we promise to do our best to make it better. The idea is to bring tournaments up, because if we have our parents travel to South Africa or to Uganda, they will spend up to 100,000 plus just to have their kids participate. But if the event was much closer home, it's just probably the registration fee, and if you're coming from Nairobi, probably just the transport. So the idea of having this kind of event is to make sure that we attract the best, which we've shown signs we can. Then two is to make sure our kids get rated. Because if you bring in rated players, you give them an opportunity to get.
You have been very vocal on speaking in terms of parents of your club actually supporting you so much and even supporting the children. I mean, every parent wants the best for their child and every entity wants their institution to equally thrive. Maybe you can look at the camera and give a word to your support system, to the parents. Every parent who brings the child and agrees for the children to participate in the activity, a parting shot to everybody who wishes to join chess, who's engaging in chess, what will you say?
First, allow me say, in chess, especially Victoria Chess Club, our biggest support system are the parents. It's not just for bringing their kids. When we have our events, they're always there. Like when we had this East African event, before we could even got sponsors on board, we were trying to find out how are we going to get even the prize money. And parents contributed. Before we got sponsors on board, we were able to get over 200,000 from our parents. We felt safe with that kind of contribution. Then even during the event, you will see parents making sure all the players were welcomed well. All the sponsors, everything was running, and at times you'll even imagine that the whole club was, everybody was doing everything. But I must say, when you have this kind of parents who come in the name of supporting chess because of the kids that are in there, but they turn up doing it for everyone, it's been beautiful because we are able to make it easier for all of us. You being one of our parents, at our club, when a kid loses, when a kid learns, let me say that, you find all the parents who are there are able to talk to them. It's not about waiting for your child, it's about making sure that everybody is okay. And we have other people who have really come through for us. The National Body of Chess, we have our sponsors, like Sarova now, we are moving, we will be training there. I think it will be pleasant surprise. It will be something that will really impress most of our kids. But what is important is we want to make sure that the game of chess is spread, and we want to thank everyone who has come on board, helping chess, helping Victoria to move forward. I think all we can say is thank you.
How can one join the club?
If you want to join the club, we have a website. You just type www.victoriachess.org. Details for joining will be there, but the easier way is to we have an office at Ofafa, behind Ofafa Hall. You'll always find us there. And we normally train at Cosmopolitan Club. Uh, Briefly, we might start training at Sanova Hotel. So the easiest way is to get us through the office.
Thank you. I think it would be okay to also share. We're going to share your contact, your first contact. We're going to share Andrew's contact. We're going to pin it so that you can equally get in touch with him. With the journey you've had, with the experiences you've had, what will be your word? What will be your advice to everybody involved in chess? Most especially now that you're looking at the children of the players, the chess players. What will be your word of encouragement to them?
Um, I would say is if you want to, chess is something that first before you think of winning, you need to be passionate about it, because once you love the game, you automatically will put in the consistency. And just like every other game, you can never be a winner all through. You just need to keep playing. And I know parents, coaches who will always want us to win. The message is that if you keep doing more, it's a process. Some people will start winning after very few weeks. Some people will take 6 months, a whole year before they start winning. So for us is be consistent, have passion for the game, and ideally, I will tell all the parents, even if your kid does not become a national champion, even by the fact they're doing chess, they're gaining from it. Yes.
Andrew, thank you so much for the insight, for the input that you've given everybody who's watching us today. It has been a short one, but a very impactful and insightful segment with you. We really thank you for coming down and gracing us with your insights. Well, from us here at Next, we are grateful for hosting Andrew Owili. We are equally grateful that you, as the viewers, have been with us up to this point. We still remind you to engage with us in the comment section, to subscribe, and to click on the notification bell so that you get the notifications every time we upload. Well, from us, we wish to say thank you from there and say a goodbye, and let's meet in the next one.